Shri Ganapati Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Charitam Raghunathasya Shatakoti Pravistaram Ekaikamaksharam Pumsam Mahapatakanashanam. Welcome to all for this session on Rama Charitha Manasa. In this part, Tulasidasa not only bowed to the great and the holy men in order to let the devotion towards Rama blossom in our heart, Santa Tulasidasa here also bowed to the wicked and the bad people who also do help the Lord devotion towards Rama to blossom in our heart, but in a different way. So here again, Tulasidasa says, I greet with a sincere heart the malevolent class who are hostile without purpose even to the friendly, to whom others' loss is their own gain, and who delight in others' dissolution and wail over their prosperity. They try to eclipse the glory of Vishnu and Shiva, even as the demon Rahu intercepts the light of the full moon during what is known as the lunar eclipse, and they are valiant like the reputed king Sahasrabahu, one having possessing 1,000 arms, in working towards others' problems or others' woe. They detect others' faults as if with 1,000 eyes, and thereby designing mind marsh or others' interest, even as a fly spoils a clarified butter. Because when a fly falls into a clarified butter, not only the fly will going to die, but the butter will also get spoiled. In splendor, they emulate the god of fire, and in anger, they lie with the god of death, who rides a buffalo, the Yamadharmaraja. They are rich in crime and wise as Kubera, the god of riches, is in gold. Like the rise of a comet, their advancement augurs ill for others' interests. Like the slumber of Kumbhakarna, their decline alone is propitious for the world. They lay down their very life in order to be able to harm others, even as hailstones dissolve after destroying the crop. A reverence, I reverence a wicked soul as the fiery 1,000 tongued serpent god Shesha, in so far as he eagerly expatiates on others' faults with 1,000 tongues, as it were. Like Shesha defines with his 1,000 wings, these wicked souls too speak the ill about the others in their 1,000 tongues. Again, I bowed to him as the celebrated King Prithu, who prayed for 10,000 years in our 10,000 years in order to be able to hear the glories of the Lord of his heart's content. And in fact, King Prathu requested for 1,000 years so that he can hear the glories of the Lord, in as much as the same way these wicked people hear of others' faults with 10,000 years as if they are having it. Once again do I supplicate to him as Indra, the Lord of celestials, insofar as he appears charming and beneficial to him, even as the army of the gods is beneficent to Indra. Harsh language is dear to him, even as the thunderbolt is fondly cherished by Indra, because Indra always was fond of hearing or speaking out harsh language, and he always hold the weapon known as thunderbolt, which creates uh, thunderous problem for the others, and he also detects the other faults as with 1,000 eyes that were there for Indra. So, in a similar way, Wicked people also use harsh words and would like to hear harsh things, would like to hear evil thing about the others, and will always look out for evil among even the good people with their thousand eyes. And with these aspects, those wicked people will wipe out the wickedness that exists in our mind, in our body, thereby purifying us to let the devotion towards Rama blossom in our heart. The wicked burn with jealousy as they hear of others' welfare, be they his friends, enemies, or neutrals, such is their want. Means they always would like to hear bad things about the others, and they also burn with jealousy. Knowing this humble soul, Tulasidasa makes loving entreaties to them with joined palms. I, for my part, have made entreaties to them. They too must not fail to do their part. However fondly you may nurture a brood of crows, can you ever expect ravens to turn non carnivorous? I adore the feet of saint and wicked soul, both of whom give pain, though there is some difference is said to exist between them. Whereas the noble souls are the saint class, cause mortal pain while they part away from us, whereas the wicked souls give agonizing torment during their meeting and when they come towards us. Though born together in the world, both the noble and the wicked soul differ in their traits, even as the lotus and the leech, both though both of them spring from the same water, their effect is different. The good and the wicked resemble nectar and wine respectively. The unfathomable ocean in the form of this world is their common parent. The good and the wicked gather a rich harvest of good reputation and infamy by their respective doings, although the merits of nectar, the moon, which is the seat of nectar, the Ganga, the river of celestials, and a pious soul on the one hand, and the demerits of venom, fire, and unholy river like Karmanasha, which is said to be full of impurities of Kali age, and the hunter on the other are known to all. Only that which is to a man's taste appears good to him, because in this world there exist both the good and the bad things, like there exists river Ganga as well as the river Karmanasha. There exists also the nectar as well the venom, but what to choose is left to the individual's taste. Of course, a good man has a bias of goodness alone, while a wild person is prone to wildness. While nectar is praised for its immortalizing virtue, poison is extolled for its deadly effects. The tales of sins and vices of the wicked on the one hand, and of the virtues of the virtuous on the other, are like boundless and unfathomable oceans. That is why I have enumerated only a few virtues and vices, for they cannot be acquired or discarded without being fully distinguished. One need to first understand which is virtuous and which are the good things and which are the bad things, because only then one can accept the good things and discard the bad things. Because now we are going ahead to listening to the story of Rama, the good as well as the wild, all have been brought into being by the Creator. It is the Vedas that have differentiated them by reckoning the merits of the former class, and that is the good class, and the demerits of the others, which are the wicked class. The Vedas, the Itihasas such as Ramayana and Mahabharata, and the Puranas unanimously declare the creation of Brahma, the creator, as is an intermixture of good and evil. Because whatever is created in this world, it has a strong mixture of both good and evil. It is characterized by pairs of opposites such as pain and pleasure, sin and merit, day and night, the good and the wicked, good birth and the wild birth, demons and gods, the high and the low, nectar and poison, happy life and death, Maya and Brahma, that is matter and spirit, the soul and the God, which is the universe, Lord of the universe, plenty and poverty, the pauper and the king, the sacred Kashi or Varanasi, and Magadha of the northern Bihar, which is an accursed land, which where lot of blood did really flow. The holy Ganga, the river of the celestials, and the unholy Karmanasha, the desert land of Marwara, which is there in the western Rajputana and the Sindh, and the rich soil of Malava, which is there in the Madhya Pradesh. The Brahmana, who is a veritable god on earth, and barbarian who feeds on cow, heaven and hell, attachment and dispassion. The Vedas and other sacred books gifted, have sifted good from the evil. So one need to be having the required knowledge to understand what is good and what is bad, and thereby could able to select that which is good for him. God has created the universe consisting of animate and inanimate beings as partaking of both good and evil. Swans in the form of saints imbibe the milk of goodness, rejecting water in the form of evil. This is also known as Hamsakshira Nyaya. When Providence blesses one with discrimination, as is possessed by the swan, then alone does the mind abandon evil and gets enamored of goodness. By force of the spirit of the times, old habits, and past karma, even the good deviate from goodness under the influence of Maya. But just as servants of Srihari rectify that error and eradicating sorrow and weakness, being untarnished glory to them, even so the wicked occasionally perform a noble deed due to their good association, although their evil nature, which is unchangeable, cannot be obliterated. Even those who are impostors are respected on account of their garb, just like when somebody who is wearing the orange garb or the garb of an ascetic, he is treated like a holy man. As the world is taken in by their attractive appearance, but they are eventually exposed and cannot keep up their false appearance till the end, as was the case with Balanemi, Ravana, and Rahu. The good are honored notwithstanding their unbeginning experience, even as Jambavan, who is basically a bear, a general in the Sugriva's army, who was endowed with the form of a bear and possessed miraculous strength, and Hanuman, the monkey god. Even this Jambavan and Hanuman, though look like belonging to the lower class of the society, but they still won honor in this world because of their deed. Bad association is harmful while good company is an asset in itself. This is true in the world as well as in the eyes of the Vedas and is known to all. Through cataract with the wind, dust ascends to the sky. Through contact with the wind, dust ascends to the sky, while it is assimilated with mud when united with low lying waters. Parrots and miners nurtured in the house of the virtuous and the wicked repeat the name of Rama and pour a volley of abuses respectively. Smoke coming in contact with an evil earthy substance, it turns into soot. The same is used as a material, though that same smoke is used as a material for copying the Puranas with when converted into a beautiful ink. Again, in conjunction with water, fire, and air, it is transformed into a cloud and brings life to the world. Thus, in this part of the story, Tulasidasa explains about both the noble as well as wicked things that exist in the world, and discriminating and selection need to be done carefully by us. Namaste Sharada Devi काश्मीरपुरवासिनी त्वामहं प्रार्थये नित्यं विद्यादानं च देहि मे. Goodbye.
श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपाल भज मन हरण भव भयदारुणं श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपाल भज मन हरण भव भयदारुणं श्रीराम 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 श्रीराम